Hi everyone, Mark Major here, and this is, you know the place, the Action Figuratorium. Actually, it's right behind us there. Now, today I'm going to do another Kickstarter talk about marketing analysis type thing, but this is a little bit different. This is something which I probably shouldn't be talking about. I usually don't talk about these. This is one of these 3D print-on-demand campaigns. Not a true crowdfund. True crowdfund is where you need thousands and thousands of dollars in order to buy big cost things, injection molds, all the labor in China, plus all the R&D and the admin costs, that kind of thing. This is where somebody says, oh, I need 10 of these, and they hit the button 10 times and 10 come out. And they stick them in a shoebox and send them off to you. But there is some marketing stuff in here that we need to go over, and I think it's kind of important in some ways because I made a big to-do video about market research and all that kind of, yeah stuff. So we're going to talk about this, but we're going to talk about it in a little different kind of way. So everybody, if you would, come together, strap on the leather, and you know what? Hold on tight. All right, this campaign is called Mr. Button the Teddy Bear Monster Hunter action figure. I believe it's based on a comic book. I don't know anything about the comic book or the comic book artist. All I know is I saw the campaign, triggered something in me, thought I should talk about it. Also today it's probably not going to be a long video, so switch over to desktop view, look at the browser. Okay, let's, I've got this big. We're just going to start it from the 22nd mark of his video so you can see what the figure is that this guy is selling. So it's this little dude. He's not selling those. That's someone else's stuff. And this guy, wham, he comes in. He's a monster. He's a teddy bear with a baseball bat, and he beats up other action figures. I'm guessing in here. So that's the scoop. The figure itself, let's see here, is if you want it unpainted, unassembled, $10, $20 he assembles it and paints it. There's two other characters, two other kind of bear characters. If you get all three, there's kind of a sweet deal, $35 plus the shipping. And I don't know if there was any kind of unlocks or stuff like that. I see some other characters here. Maybe these are something else you can get. Some stretch goals, some other guys he'll unlock. Not really that interesting. Let's see if there's anything else for add-ons other than you can get. Okay, so there's some comics. Guess this guy's a comic book artist. Probably should do a little research on who this guy is. But, this is the type of campaigns. Like, there's so many campaigns. They come up and you're just like, how do you figure out what's what? I imagine fans of the comic book probably love it. And they probably think, if they're watching this right now, they probably think I'm the idiot. Guess what, guys? I am the idiot. I'm the dumbest guy in the room. And that's why when you make these campaigns, you got to make it so someone as dumb as me can understand what's going on, and then we'll give you my money. All right. So the reason why I don't talk about these is because this shouldn't be on Kickstarter. This is a no-go. This is a red flag. Anytime we've seen people who do these 3D print things, they run off with the money. They're not really in it to win it. They're not here to necessarily launch their own company. This guy just wants to sell his little teddy bear guy, and good on him. If you got a little teddy bear guy and you make a 3D print of it and you want to sell it, you should be able to do that and have a good time doing it and make good money doing it if it's cool. But you don't need Kickstarter to do it. That is just a sales tactic this person's using. You could do this off a website using PayPal button where people just click it. They pay $20, you print it, you ship it to them. Doesn't have to be like a window, can just be evergreen, can always be for sale. That's what I would do. And then I would always be trying to market it. I'd be market it. Going on podcasts, talking about it, talking on my YouTube channel, put it in my comic book, I'll be advertising it. That's all the stuff this guy should be doing, not this Kickstarter thing. This thing is, in my opinion, when you do this, it's garbage. I'm sorry, even if the figure's cool and the guy's cool and the comic's cool and I sound like a lame-o for calling it. It's garbage. You shouldn't be on Kickstarter. Now, let me get to the crux of why I made this video and why I think this is kind of important. One of the things that I talk about is doing some type of market research before you launch your campaign to see if this is something anybody even wants. A lot of times, people come up with things they want. They come up with crazy action figures that they think are cool, that maybe a few other people think are cool, but remember, the action figure game is about numbers. It's about trying to come up with something that has a mass appeal, because you need to generate a lot of figures at the factory to get the price down. The more figures you sell, the cheaper the price, the more the factory loves you. Factories have been known to reject love, okay? So it's a numbers game when it comes to action figures, and market research is king. So making a 3D print of your character and selling it is great, great, great. That's 3 greats in a row. Market research. Make the character, sell it, get it into people's hands, see what they think. See if people see it and they go, what is that? And they go, oh, that's the teddy bear hunter. And then they look you up, and then they track you down, and then they buy one. And once you see that, like, oh, I've got more orders than I can handle, I can't keep up with, even though I've got a 3D printer, I now got to buy a second 3D printer. I got to go to some printer farm. When you get to that point where the production is getting above you, that's when you launch a Kickstarter for a mold, plastic injected action figure made overseas, probably China, right? That's where the stuff's made. But something simple like this, might you find a factory somewhere else. I don't know if anyone's ever tried Vietnam or Malaysia. I know Playmobil makes their stuff in Malaysia. There's always been a history of crazy bootlegs that come out of Mexico. Has anybody tried Mexico? Who knows? Maybe this could be the whole sort of Mexican tchotchke action figure that breaks through. Don't know. But do the market research first to see if this is something people even like. Don't put it on Kickstarter, but advertise it, market it, sell it directly off your website with a PayPal button or Venmo or Cash App. I don't care. Whatever you do to take money. eBay, whatever, Etsy, don't care. Sell, sell, sell. But use the market research before you launch your Kickstarter on the mold injected big dog, and get all your costs and get all your ducks in a row and figure out what it is. Make 10 guys and figure out which the main guys are that people like. Reject the losers. Can't say this enough. Market research is the way to go on all these campaigns. A lot of times I see stuff that when I talk about it, people in my comments go, yeah, I'm just not into undead astronauts. Or like, yeah, this don't scratch my itch. I'm just not into this, whatever this thing is, right? It's cool for you, not for me. That's what a lot of people say about a lot of things. That's a problem. Why? Numbers game. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to say is my own personal take. Nothing to do with the marketing, just my own Mark Major feels. And this character, I like him. To be honest, I'm almost kind of thinking about giving this guy $20 and getting one of these little dudes. It could be kind of fun. But I feel that it's really kind of like a derivative, and it's probably not on purpose, but it feels to me in the milieu of the pop culture, it's kind of derivative of a Five Nights at Freddy kind of look. Maybe it's because it's a bear and because it's that kind of tan color. And those guys were the bad guys, and this guy's the protagonist, and maybe this is the way to do that. Maybe this is the way to flip the script, to zag when people think you're going to zig. But to me, I feel like it'd be better if like this Monster Hunter guy was not a teddy bear kind of thing, because it just feels a little Five Nights at Freddy to me. But then again, I'm the dumbest guy in the room. So take with that what you want. That is today's vid. Hope you enjoyed it. I know you didn't enjoy it, but hope you got something out of it. How about that? Has anyone ever said that? Thanks to everybody who did make it this far into the video. I always appreciate. I do. I really appreciate that. And you can like, you can subscribe. You don't have to. I mean, that's a thing you do on your time. But we share something. You and I. We share our time, and our time. We're going to stay charged, people.